Hi nail friend, my name is Queenie. Welcome to today's video. For over a quarter of a century, I got my nails professionally done in a salon. I had the best nail tech you could ask for, and she took great care of me. She was the one who introduced me to gel polishes. When I saw the lasting power of gel and the final results of my acrylic sets when she was finished, I was hooked. She'd been using gel on my nails for at least 10 years with absolutely no issues. My nails, as you can see, always looked gorgeous. Until they didn't. Why did I suddenly develop an allergy to something I'd been using for over a decade with no problems? We're going to be discussing this in depth in this video. I'm going to talk about how this allergy started and my symptoms. I'll show you the initial photos and then some photos during the healing process so you can see exactly what I was dealing with. I also want to give you an update on what my nails look like now, and I desperately need to redo my nails from my last manicure. I have 2 nails to repair, I want to clean them up, and I want to apply some base coat. So I will be doing that throughout the video so you can see my current nail health. And finally, I'll show you my favorite products to use when you're all healed and ready to start using polishes again. My ultimate goal with this video is to hopefully relieve some of the fear and anxiety that you may be feeling during your allergy by talking about my experience. So you know I have to put a disclaimer in here. I am not a doctor and I am not a professional nail technician. I am only speaking from my own experience. I highly recommend seeking a doctor's advice if you suspect that you have an allergy. Only your doctor can diagnose you, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. So how did this crazy allergy start? Well, for me, it was all about when COVID hit in March of 2021. My salon shut down. I had acrylics on my nails at the time that my salon shut down, and I couldn't get them professionally removed, so I had to wait for them to grow out, and I just kept clipping them back. So once I was able to do my own nails, I jumped on Amazon, I bought a whole bunch of gel products, I bought a lamp, and I just went to town. And then I kind of took a break from it for the rest of 2020 and then really got into it in the beginning of 2021. So how did the allergy start? Very simple. I didn't know that I couldn't get gel on my skin, and I was very messy about it. I didn't clean up around my cuticles. My previous nail tech was so precise and so perfect when applying gel polish. I never had gel polish on my skin. She never even went near my skin, and yet my nails always looked so perfect. So in these photos, you can see there is gel on my cuticles and it's cured. Curing any type of gel product onto your skin is the biggest no-no. And because of this, it only took a few short months for the first symptoms to start. First symptom was a tingling sensation in my fingertips. And because I didn't associate it with gel polish, I continued to wear gel polish for a couple more weeks until I started to develop more symptoms, which were redness and tiny bumps that look like blisters, a severe itching that became so bad at times that I couldn't sleep or it would wake me up from my sleep, and dry, discolored skin under my nails, around the cuticles, and on my fingertips that was hard as a rock. The photo that you're looking at right now was taken after I figured out what was going on from Google searches and soaked off the gel polish that I had had on my nails. So you can see the discoloration and the complete damage to my nail beds. I later found out that what I was experiencing was a severe case of contact dermatitis. In this view, this was taken at the same time, same day. You can see the yellow and hardened skin that are actually on the very tips of my fingers, just under the nail beds. It was so ridiculously uncomfortable, and you couldn't even use your fingers properly because when you would go to pick something up, there was no grip. The skin was just so hard, it didn't have any give at all, and it was just a really strange feeling. And then this is another angle of that same day. So the third symptom by September 2021 that I was experiencing was called onycholysis, which is a lift of the nails from the nail beds. It's a terrifying symptom because it looks awful and you don't know what's going to happen. Are your nails going to fall off, or will this eventually stop? And this symptom is a little tricky. If you haven't yet figured out that you're suffering from a nail allergy and you still have product on your nails, you may not even realize that this is happening. Meaning, if you have opaque polish on that you can't see through, your nails may be lifting, but you simply can't see it. This is why the most important thing to do when you suspect even the slightest possible symptoms is to remove all polishes and products immediately so you can see your natural nails. This includes acrylic, polygel, builder gels, gel polishes, and regular polishes. The sooner you know it's happening, the sooner you can start to heal. Now, the removal of all the products will not stop the onycholysis. Once it starts, it will continue until it doesn't. I wish I had a better explanation, but it just depends on the person. What removing the products ultimately does is it starts the elimination process of the chemicals in your skin. Eventually, these chemicals will lessen and you will start the healing process. In the next few videos that you're going to see a progression of time through November of 2021. And you can see that the onycholysis has spread to quite far back on my nails. And my left hand was worse than my right hand. And a lot of the reason for that is when I would test polishes or just do a set of nails so I could take a picture of it. I'm right-handed and I always did it on my left hand. My left hand took a lot longer to heal than my right hand did eventually, but in all of the photos you really can kind of tell that my left hand is worse than my right hand. Okay, taking a quick minute just to head over to my nail table. I'm going to be doing a reverse manicure, for lack of a better term, and just taking off my old manicure and fixing the two broken nails that I have. So the first one is right there. So you can see that that is ripped right there, and then the other one is right there. And I think this nail has about 7 coats of top coat. I kept putting top coat on it to kind of, help it stay together until I could sit down and take it all off. So I thought that would be a really great way to work that into this video, because it'll give you a chance to see my current nail health, and also it'll show you, how I fix my broken nails and just, how I do my base coat and clean my cuticles and all that fun stuff. So I just thought I would take a second and pop in here to say that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's get back to talking about nail allergies. So as you can see from the previous part of the video, my complete lack of knowledge really caused a problem and was really honestly the whole reason for the allergy. But what actually causes a gel polish allergy? So this is a two-part answer. The first being how it begins, and the second being why do gel products cause allergies? From here on out in the video, I will refer to all gel products as gel. This will include polish, polygel, builder gel, and similar nail products such as nail art gels. You get the idea. They all have the same basic ingredients that can cause allergies. So as we briefly discussed earlier in the video, an allergy to gel usually begins with prolonged exposure to the chemicals that are in gel polish. Messy application and getting the gel on your skin is the first step to an allergic reaction. The chemicals in the gel are absorbed into your skin. Gel products can also be absorbed by the natural nail, but due to the harder surface of the nail, it generally doesn't get deep enough to cause any issues. I never wore gel on my natural nails before I started doing them on my own. I always had acrylic overlay, but that's neither here nor there, but I just wanted to make that clear. And as I mentioned before, my tech never got gel on my skin. It wasn't until I started doing my own gel polishing that I developed the allergy. Part 2 of the answer is long, so let's dive in. There are two chemicals in gel products that are the main culprits of gel allergies. The first one is 2-hydroxyethyl methacrylate, which you may have heard of by its acronym HEMA. The second is acrylates copolymers. Both of these are bonding agents, and they're what makes the polish adhere to your nail. When most people get a gel allergy, they attribute it to the HEMA because that's what's all over YouTube and that's what's all over the internet. In the last 3 to 4 years, the awareness of gel allergies has become more mainstream. When my allergy started, I couldn't find many videos about it on YouTube, and Google searching came up pretty dry also. But you'll mostly see that nail companies, doctors, chemists, and allergy sufferers tend to blame the allergy on HEMA. I don't know if I'm allergic to HEMA, but I am allergic to acrylates copolymers, and I want to explain a little bit about that. Recently, many gel polish companies have introduced HEMA-free polishes, but I still can't wear them because they still have acrylates copolymers in them, and usually it's the very first ingredient. For me, any product that lists acrylates copolymers as the first or second ingredient will trigger my allergy, and that basically accounts for all gels and dip liquids. For this reason, I have no idea if I'm allergic to HEMA. I can find HEMA-free polishes, but there are no polishes that have HEMA but don't have acrylate copolymers. I also can't use dip liquids, or should I say I can't use the base and top coat dip liquids, as they also have acrylates copolymers as the first or second ingredient. The activator liquid doesn't count because it doesn't have acrylates copolymers, but for my safety, I just don't use any gels or dip liquids on my natural nails at all. Now let's take a minute to talk about nail glue. These also include polymers for adhesion, but I'm not allergic to ethyl 2-cyanacrylate, which is the first ingredient in many nail glues. Or in most nail glues, please read the ingredients before you use it. Now, just because I'm not allergic doesn't mean you will have the same experience. I'm sharing my experience to show you the difference between the chemical compounds and how they can affect your skin. This is not an, okay, go ahead and use any of these products. If you choose to try, then you need to accept the fact that they could trigger your allergy. My discovery was more by research. I looked to see what the ingredients were in every single thing I used, and then I made a conscious decision on whether or not I wanted to try it. I belong to a few social media groups on allergies, and the general consensus is that everyone is different, so you never know what might trigger your allergy. And it can take a long time figuring that out. That being said, if you're currently suffering from an allergic reaction, you're nowhere near ready to start trying products for your nails anyway. You need to go through the entire healing process before you even think about using any type of nail products. So this would be a great time to ask the obvious question. Does regular polish contain acrylates copolymers? The answer is yes. Companies that make regular polishes also use this chemical compound as a bonding agent. The difference is that it's listed way lower on the ingredient list, sometimes not showing up until the 6th ingredient, which means that it has a lower amount of that compound. For this reason, I don't have any type of allergic reaction when I use regular polishes. Will it affect you? Who knows? That will be for you to determine if you want to after you are all healed. I want to go back to the HEMA topic for a moment. I forgot to mention that not all HEMA is created equally. Some is high quality and some not so much. I'm going to link a video below for you to refer to for this topic. The video is super informative, and it's with a chemist who explains how HEMA is made and why it can cause allergic reactions if it's not high quality HEMA. There are several videos on that channel about the importance of understanding gel products, so check them out. I think you'll find them very interesting. So how long will your symptoms last, and when will your nails be back to normal? So I talked earlier about the symptoms you will most likely experience with a gel allergy. Those being tingling, swelling, red bumps, hard skin, itching, and onycholosis. My first symptom was the tingling sensation, then the others started, but honestly, the onycholysis was the symptom that I found to be the most terrifying. My nails literally lifted back to over half of my nail bed. Strangely enough, it was painless. The pain came from the other symptoms. This is what I said earlier, that your nails could be lifting and you wouldn't even know it if you still had product on your nails. It doesn't hurt because basically, I guess the nail bed is so traumatized, or maybe it's dead skin under there. I just don't know. So the first symptoms will probably stick around for about 6 months to a year minimum. They will get less and less, but the hard skin will stick around for a while, and the onycholysis lives according to its own timeline to heal. I highly recommend seeing your doctor for advice on dealing with the regrowth during onycholysis. They will assist you with the proper care of your nails during this time. With their help, as the nail grows, it will eventually reattach to the bed and your nails will start to grow out normally. This will be the longest part of the healing process and could take over a year of constant care. As the nail lifting gets less and less, keep your nails trimmed and very short. There's no guarantee that your nails will look like they used to. They may be thicker, very ridged, very brittle, and they may split or break easily. My allergy seems to have changed my nail composition for the worst. I used to have very thick, strong nails, and now they are still thick, but they are extremely brittle and very dry, and that includes the skin around my nails as well. After 3.5 years, they still haven't bounced back 100%. While you're in the grow out phase, do not use any products. No nail products at all. And I mean no press-on nails, no gel, no regular polish, no polygel, no base coats, no nothing. Any one of these products could cause more trauma to the nail, and that's the last thing we want to do. Trust me, it does a number on your vanity, but it really is the best way. My best advice is to keep your nails clean and dry. There is only one product I highly recommend using during this stage of healing, and I will be talking about that later in the video. Okay, let me pop back in here for a second. I just got all my polish off. That glitter was pretty rough, but I wanted to just give you, now remember, this is all acetone nails, so everything's like super dry and just really look way worse than they actually are because they're super dry. So the polish that I used did cause some staining on my nails. The worst one is my ring finger here, and so you can see that I have some polish staining. Both my ring fingers are actually pretty bad. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, you won't really know what you can expect your nails to look like. Are they going to be exactly like they were before? And mine definitely show a big difference. They're a lot more ridged, and like for that, like you can see how ridged that is, but no matter how much I file it or try to buff it, it will always just look like that. And there's not really much I can do about it. It's not very noticeable. Once you put base coat on and a couple coats of polish and then a nice top coat, it's really not that noticeable. But I wanted to show you, like, you can really see it from this angle. This nail is similar but not quite as bad. This one just can't make up its mind what it wants to do. It's kind of all over the place. This one bends on each corner now. My thumb is pretty much the way it was, but it's extremely ridged. I actually have it buffed to get a lot of the ridges out on that thumb. This one is extremely ridged as well. I'm trying to use the light to get some reflection just so you can see the ridging. I've always had ridged nails, but they were never quite this bad. And then on this hand, sometimes I think it's easier to look at it from the end. Let me move this out of the way for better focus. So this one has funky corners on it too. This one as well, but this one's broken, so it's broken right there. And then this one has some nail glue on top of it, which I need to buff off. And this one has this corner now that just dips down really, really far. And then this one is pretty much the way the way it always was. I think my two thumbs are pulled through the best. I do need to buff off some of the previous repair nail glue that I had on here, but I just wanted to show you what my nails look like after I took the polish off. I need to go and wash them to get them nice and clean so I can do my repairs. So, oops, I actually have polish on my fingers. Let me get that off, because the soap and water is not, well, the water, I'm not doing soap. So generally what I'll go do right now is I will, I'm going to actually put this down and do it, because every time I pick it up I get more polish on my hand. I'm just going to go wash my hands with some water and then grab my nail brush and give my nails a good scrub to make sure that they're clean and there's nothing underneath of them, and then I will come back and start the repairs. So I want to use my Orly nail repair powder and my McCart nail glue to fix those two broken nails. I know for people that use gel, for the most part, if you're using any type of gel overlay or anything like that, you're not going to use a product like this, so you may not be familiar with it. But the kit comes with a brush-on glue, it comes with a nail powder, and it comes with a buffer block. And generally it's a 3-step process. You put the glue on and then you dip your nail into the powder, let it dry completely, let it set, and then you can go over it and buff it all out. I actually do it twice. I'm only going to show it once in the video, but I actually go through this process 2 times. And then I will buff it all out once it's nice and dry. Now, the glue that comes in the kit, the first ingredient on the glue is the ethyl cyanacrylate, which I am not allergic to. So for anyone that's not allergic to nail glue, that'll work out just fine for you. I'm using my McCart nail glue that I know I'm not allergic to. And then the powder, I was not able to find the ingredients on the powder. But because even if the first ingredient is acrylates copolymers, I'm not allergic to them in powder form. I'm only allergic to them in wet liquid form. So even when I make it a liquid technically by using the nail glue, I'm still not allergic to it. So I'm really not all that concerned about the ingredient, the first ingredient in the nail powder, because I already know I'm not allergic to it. And then there's the 2 repairs with 2 coats of the powder on it. And then I'll just grab my mini buffing block and go over those 2 repaired nails until they're nice and smooth. Now, obviously I don't want to buff them too much because I don't want to buff all the repair powder off, but I just want to make them nice and smooth. So when I go to put on my base coat or my polish, it looks really nice and smooth and pretty. So once I get those buffed down nice and smooth, I just take a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and just wipe off each one of the nails. And I want to get rid of the residue from the glue and any residue from the powder so I can get into doing some of the cuticle remover and start getting my nails ready to throw some base coat on there. But yeah, some just final touches on these nail repairs, and then we'll move into doing the cuticle work. So my favorite product to use for getting rid of dead cuticle is my Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. Now, it's really important to just put that on the nail, not on your skin. It's not meant for the skin around the cuticle. It's meant for the dead cuticle that's on the nail plate. So just carefully go around and only put that on your nail plates. And then when you get all done with that, the best tool that I found to use is a glass cuticle pusher. And you can find all this stuff in the links below in the description box. But one end is pointy, the other end is just a regular cuticle pusher, and then I go around to each nail and really super gently just kind of push my cuticle back and scrape off the dead cuticle that's on my nail. I don't do this for a really long time. I don't want to cause any trauma or damage to my nail. I just want to get the dead cuticle off. and you don't want that cuticle remover sitting on your nails for too long. So as soon as I get done pushing these back and scraping the plate of the nail, I will take another lint-free wipe and wipe that off with some alcohol. And then ultimately will wash my hands again and use my nail brush to scrub off any extra residue before I start applying my base coat. So just lightly go through and wipe off the residue from your nails. And then the one tool that I highly recommend you getting when you're doing work on natural nails is a glass nail file. So this is the Allergy glass nail file. This is the second one I've purchased because I liked it so much that I have one for upstairs, one for downstairs. And I will link again. I'll just put all the links below for you if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, I just kind of gently go through and reshape my nails and make them the shape that I like. I just can never really get them as smooth as I like because of all the ridges now, but I do find that the glass nail file is a lot more gentle on my nails than, say, like a really heavy grit file or, you know, like a synthetically made file. So here's a look at my nails once they have been buffed and filed, and now they're ready for base coat. And I'm excited for the end of the video because I'm going to put up how they actually look once the oil has set in and the hand lotion is set in, and I really think they look really, really nice. So while I am applying base coat on screen, I am going to talk a little bit more about the nail allergies. So the hardest part of a nail allergy is recognizing that once you have it, you will always have it. It's a hard pill to swallow for us nail polish lovers, but trust me, once you heal up, you will be less likely to want to use any product that may start up the allergy again, especially if your nails are now looking pretty good. So I just want to go over a few things about gel polish that I feel that you should educate yourself on regarding the use of gel if you are not currently experiencing an allergy and maybe you're a new gel user. So when applying gel, do not let the product touch your skin. If it does, immediately use a flat brush dipped in acetone to remove any product that's on your skin. Under no circumstances ever should you cure polish that is still on your skin. Learn about the ingredients in the products that you're applying to your nails and be sure that you're using them correctly. And then finally, educate yourself about LED and UV lamps and the proper curing times for the gel polishes that you're using. All gel polishes must be cured, and make sure you have a lamp that is a minimum of 48 watts. So here's the big question. Can I still use gel polish? And when I say I don't mean it rhetorically, I mean me. Well, the answer is yes and no. I absolutely cannot use gel products on my natural nails. However, I am a press-on girly, so in my own experience, I can use gel on my press-ons as long as they're cured and cleaned. So I make sure that they are fully cured, and then I take a lint-free wipe with alcohol and clean all around each press-on nail to ensure that there's no gel or gel inhibition layer tackiness. If I do that, I'm just fine wearing my press-ons for a day or so. I don't generally wear them for much longer than that anyway, so I really haven't had any problems. And as far as nail adhesive to apply my press-ons, I always use the adhesive tabs. Even though I haven't exhibited any allergic symptoms to the nail glue I use, I just don't want to apply that much glue to my natural nail and then possibly trigger something, so I'm happy to be safe rather than sorry. I also don't want to do any more damage to my nails when I try to remove the press-ons if I use nail glue, so that's just another factor. And so far regarding making my press-ons, I really have not had any issues when applying the gel to my press-ons as long as I'm super careful and I don't let the gel touch my skin. If it accidentally does, I use acetone and a lint-free wipe to get it off, and I also wear gloves if I feel I need to. And so far, I haven't had any allergy triggers. And to finish off my manicure, I always use my favorite cuticle oil and go over all my nails, and then I rub it in all over my hands and my cuticles, and it just feels so good. So let me start talking about some of my favorite products. Now, if you've only been using gel in the past, you may not be familiar with some of the products and brands that I'm going to be talking about because a lot of them are geared towards regular polish. You saw the items that I use for my manicure, but here's what you didn't see. So my favorite base coat for my natural nails is the SE Smoothie Base Coat. It fills in the ridges. It just gives such a nice smooth surface, and I find that I can use 2 coats of it if I want to with no problems, no peeling or anything like that. And also it allows me to just use that if I don't want to do a full polish manicure. My favorite oil of all time is the CND Solar Oil. I highly recommend it. I will link it below for you. This is the big bottle. It's my second big bottle, and I'm about halfway through. This is my upstairs nail room bottle, and then I also use that to fill up my little bottle that I keep downstairs for when I'm watching TV. The bottle itself is greasy right now, so you can see I'm like kind of greasy as I'm holding it, but it is fire. This is the best cuticle oil on the market. So I mentioned there's one product that you should use in the regrowth stage of your nail allergy, and this is it. Use it 10 times a day if you have to, and have it be the only product that you put on your nails. It is phenomenal, and it will really help you through the healing process and help soften up that hardened skin and help hydrate your nails, and you're just going to love it. Now, I didn't use this product in my video today because I was going for a more natural nail look with my Smoothie Base Coat. And I know I talk about this in all my videos, but bear with me because I want to make sure that anyone that's only been using gel is familiar with this product. It's the SE Good to Go Quick Dry Top Coat. It's perfection. Use a nice thick layer and it dries so fast, and I just love it. So I want to talk about some regular polish brands that I love. So the first one is Orly. I love them. They are the smoothest formula, goes on beautifully, dries down really quick. And in fact, I love them so much that I actually have a subscription to their quarterly Color Pass box. They send one out every season, and I just love everything that I get from that. So I highly recommend trying Orly. And then my next recommendation is China Glaze. Absolutely love this brand. This color is actually from their Jurassic World collection from a couple years ago. Just try them. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. They have a really smooth formula and their colors are gorgeous. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more on the indie side, we have a brand called What's Up Nails. You can find this on the whatsupbeauty.com website. They also have stamping polishes, but they have a wide array of different textures and finishes, and they're absolutely gorgeous. For my stamping polishes, I usually turn to Allergy because I really like their formula. I like how quickly their polishes dry when I'm doing my stamping. I also do like the What's Up Nail stamping polishes also, so you could also try those, but I highly recommend trying Allergy. And let's just clear up a little bit of confusion here. For anything that says gel on it, this is a regular polish. However, it has the word gel in the name, but this is not a gel polish. You can get these LA Color gels at Dollar General. You can get them at Dollar Tree. And honestly, it's kind of a good way to build up your collection if you're just starting to use regular polish. But don't be fooled by the word gel on there. This is a regular polish, and the easiest way to tell, even if it says gel anywhere in the title or anywhere on the bottle, if it's in a clear bottle, it's not gel because it does not have to be cured. So here's a final look at my nails after they have been manicured and buffed and oiled and lotioned. I wanted to keep them plain for you today so you could see how they really look after all is said and done. And I think once they're all fixed up, they look absolutely great. I'm really happy with how they came out. So I want to say thank you, a very special thank you for watching today. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you're dealing with an allergy, I wish you a speedy recovery. Please let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. And of course, feel free to share your own allergy story. It may help someone else get through theirs. Have a great day. Bye. Bye-bye.